Welcome to Treasured Talks, the podcast where we speak up. We're going to talk personally about ourselves, other people, the past, the present, and our hopes for the future, unhidden and unmasked. Treasure means the stored thing. Let's talk about the valuable lessons stored within our experiences together. Some episodes will feature only me, while most will feature interviews with guests who I feel have valuable treasure to share. I believe that by opening up together, we can encourage and help each other see how all things can be turned for good. Let's start talking. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Treasured Talks. I am extremely excited because this is going to be my first interview, and it is with my mother, Patricia Woods. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi,
Kimani. Hi, everybody.
Hi. So I'm extremely excited to interview you and talk to you about our value and our self-worth.
Okay.
I thought you would be a good one for this topic because you have talked to me about valuing yourself for my whole life and how important that is. And so I'd love for you to share some tidbits of wisdom and experiences that you've had with the audience. Are you ready?
Wow. That's a lot. I think I am.
Self-worth is a big one. I think sometimes too, we have self-worth, or we think we have self-worth, but we're not quite living a life that shows that we value ourselves. Would you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
So the first question that I have is, when I say self-worth, what is self-worth to you?
Self-worth to me. That's a mouthful. If I could bring it down to its very essence, I think self-worth has to do with being at peace with who you are, who you want to be, and who you're becoming. You think of yourself as a very important person, irregardless of somebody's attitude towards you, irregardless of someone's opinion of you, irregardless of what someone may say to you or do to you. I believe as long as you are at peace with yourself, nothing can knock you off kilter, if that makes any sense. Because you say to yourself, I am worth more than they will ever know.
Yeah.
And to me, that means you have to be at peace with who you are and who you are becoming. Because we're always evolving.
We should be.
Should be, yes. Sometimes, though, our self-worth and how we feel at the time, feel at the moment, feel in our relationships, or on the job, or even personally, affects our self-worth.
Yeah.
But as long as you know that you are of value, you're not thrown off kilter.
As long as you know that you are someone of value, then no
Yes.
matter what someone says or how someone treats you, it's not going to throw you off that much.
Exactly.
It shouldn't. So I think something really quick to talk about is that if what somebody says or how somebody treats you is throwing you off to a point where you feel incredibly insecure or you feel depressed or sad or whatever it may be, what do you think has gone wrong? in that person's life? Like, what is it that's going on?
We bought too many lies.
Hmm.
We allowed somebody else to tell us what we're worth or not worth, forgetting that if I am at peace with myself, I am priceless the way I am.
Because there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with, who you are, what you're capable of doing, what you will do one day.
No, there's nothing wrong with you.
It's just, at the end of the day, you just should be growing in one way or the other.
Yes.
We should be trying and seeking to grow each and every day. And if we're doing that, we're doing the best that we can for ourselves. If you had to create a picture of what valuing yourself looks like, what would that picture reflect? Someone who it's like you can look at them and say, yeah, that person knows that they are full of treasure. That person knows that they're valuable. I see it. I see it in them. Describe this person.
That person to me would look like we are all on an even plane. Mm-hmm. I respect everybody I encounter because they are worth as much as I am.
Yeah.
So that person's always respectful. They have no problem with being kind. They have no sense of, if I do something good to another person, I've lost something if they don't reciprocate. Mm-hmm. That person is always extending the best they know how at the time that they know it to the next individual, because they say to themselves, you know what? God loves this person just as much as he loves me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure that when I leave this person's life, they know that you are of value just the way you are. At the moment that you are valued. You are valued. If not by me or anybody else, just know that your creator thinks that you are of the highest value and worthy of being treated with the utmost respect.
I think that's a good point that you made, because something that I've found is that some people, because they are in a certain position or they have a certain title, it's like they expect you to treat them like they're on some other, and it's really hard to describe, but like they're on some other level, like they're so much above you. And it kind of, to me, if you are forcing somebody or expecting somebody to treat you in some type of way based on a title, that just shows insecurity to me. Are you not comfortable in your position? Are you not comfortable with your title? Why does anybody else have to confirm who you are?
You're right. Most people that subject others to what they consider their power play have their own insecurities about who they are, what they have accomplished, or what they're working on accomplishing, because they themselves, even though they have the position, money, status, whatever, don't feel that they are worthy of where they're at.
Worthiness. They don't feel like they're worthy.
No. Anytime you have to enforce what you believe is your rights, you feel as if somebody is infringed on you. You are insecure with who you are, where you're at, and how you got there.
Yeah. So, do you agree that if you don't love yourself, you can't truly love other people?
Yes, wholeheartedly.
Yeah. And where this question stems from is that I found that a lot of people, they will do things, and I call it like putting on a mask. They'll do things that seems like oh, they're doing nice things for people, or oh, they'll be nice to you while they're in your face, or whatever it may be, but it doesn't have root. These things that they're doing or how they're behaving, it doesn't have root because ultimately they don't actually have genuine love for themselves, is something that I found. And so they'll try to be all the way, at the end of the street when they haven't even taken care of themselves at the beginning of the street. Because you can't display or just act like you don't have true love for other people. No matter what it is that you do, no matter what it is that you say, if you haven't taken care of yourself at the beginning and you don't have that love for yourself.
But if I don't have love, I cannot give you what I do not have. So if I don't love myself and I don't love my creator, knowing that because of him I have value that no one can take away from me, I can't then extend that love that I know to you. So I will always mask it thinking, oh, I need to show this thing that I am not. And then in the dark, in my bed, in front of my mirror by myself, I will think of myself as unworthy, as a liar, as dishonest, and untrustworthy because I'm presenting to somebody what I am not. And that to me always says, you are not worthy. That's how the sense of worthlessness comes in, when we have to disguise who we are for whatever reason. If you're rejected by somebody because you are honestly presenting them with who you are, they are unworthy of your love extended to them.
Yeah, it's ultimately not someone that should be in your life anyway.
No. And that's how we end up in toxic relationships. Because, oh, I've now got to hide the fact that I might quietly pick my nails. Why? Why are you hiding that?
Or I just have to portray myself as somebody that I am really not. And you can
No.
only portray yourself, you can only put on a mask for so long
And that's the scary
before
part.
it slips.
That's the scary part. Because now you have to, for me, that's a lie built on a lie, built on a lie. Because then I have to cover up who I am, then cover up who I am again, and then cover up who I am again. And at some point, that house of cards will fall.
So the action steps that you're saying you would take in order to grow, build your self-worth, in order to learn how to love yourself is first you would learn the love of God.
Yes.
Which takes spending time with him.
Yes.
Yourself.
Yes.
By yourself.
Yes.
At times, not just fully and completely with groups of people.
No.
You would need to have a personal relationship and spend personal time with God to learn who he is to you.
Yes.
To learn how much he loves you and to learn how his love changes you.
Yes.
So that's the first step that you would take. And then second is just being honest.
Yes.
Living an honest life.
Yes.
Being who you are. That's in good moments and that's in bad moments. Something that I think and something that I've said is that I would rather have a bad moment and need to apologize for it than act like all of my moments are good. And then behind the scenes, in the dark, there's something completely different that's happening.
Exactly right. Self-examination can only happen with self. I don't care how many people you talk to, how many groups you join, how many organizations you're a part of. You are with yourself 24/7.
All the time.
All the time, every day, morning till night. You are always with yourself. So ultimately, you are always talking to yourself. There is self-talk. There is negative self-talk. There is positive self-talk. And that's when I say to people a lot of times, you have to flip your negative self-talk and turn it into a positive self-talk. And that's easy. Oh, I'm having a bad day. But the next moment, I can have a good day.